Judge Aileen Cannon just denied Donald Trump's motion to dismiss the superseding indictment on various frivolous grounds. Trump tried to have it dismissed on the basis of duplicity, multiplicity, joinder, and failure to state offense arguments. The motion to dismiss by Donald Trump was completely frivolous, but Judge Aileen Cannon did grant Donald Trump's motion to strike an allegation in the indictment regarding Donald Trump's statements that he made in 2021 to people who were unauthorized to obtain classified information, where Donald Trump shared with them war plans. And the reason Judge Cannon struck this is she said these are uncharged allegations, and because Special Counsel Jack Smith did not charge Donald Trump with these as crimes, it should not remain in the superseding indictment. She's specifically referring to paragraph 36, which she claims is prejudicial because it's not linked to any of these specific charges against Donald Trump, which makes absolutely no sense, and I'll explain why in a moment. Here's what paragraph 36 states in the superseding indictment. In August or September 2021, when he was no longer president, Trump met in his office at the Bedminster Club with a representative of his political action committee. We now know that to be Susan Wiles. During the meeting, Trump commented that an ongoing military operation in Country B was not going well. Trump showed the PAC representative a classified map of Country B and told the PAC representative that he should not be showing the map to the PAC representative and not to get too close. The PAC representative did not have a security clearance or any need to know classified information about the military operation. Now, of course, Special Counsel Jack Smith was including that allegation in the overall indictment and superseding indictment, since the indictment is about Donald Trump's unlawful concealment of classified information and Donald Trump's what Donald Trump was doing with these national defense documents and classified documents and war plans. So part of showing how Donald Trump obstructed justice, part of showing Donald Trump's guilty mind and his intent would be to show how he knew that he shouldn't have these documents in the first place, yet he was showing them to people like Susan Wiles or to people like the ghostwriters of Mark Meadows' book. And Trump was saying, I had the power, if I wanted to declassify documents like this, but I didn't, and I shouldn't really be showing you these documents. And so, as George Conway, renowned attorney, says, it seems that in Judge Cannon's view, prejudicial means conclusively demonstrative of the defendant's criminal state of mind. Exactly. Like the fact that it shows Donald Trump's intent is not a basis to strike the allegation from the indictment. It's unheard of. So what Judge Cannon did is she refused to dismiss the case. So you go, oh, did Cannon make a bad ruling against Donald Trump? Well, I mean, Trump's motion was so frivolous to begin with. But then what she does is she strikes an allegation and basically removes it from the indictment. Like, we're going to remove Trump's serious criminal allegations from the indictment. I mean, and look, her point is that, well, you never charged Donald Trump with that specific crime. You know, and I wonder, too, if her doing that's ultimately going to backfire. Maybe Special Counsel Jack Smith goes, okay, you're right. So you want me to charge him in New Jersey for that? I should charge him because that happened in Bedminster. So I guess what you're saying is I file in the district court in New Jersey, which, by the way, I thought all along he probably should have brought some charges in New Jersey. I mean, some of the crimes took place in New Jersey. I get the gravamen of the crimes of Trump's concealment of national defense information occurred in Mar-a-Lago, but Just like this allegation right here. She's basically calling him out in a way. Go file in New Jersey in a way. Let me just share with you, just so you remember, the types of things Donald Trump was doing with the classified documents in New Jersey and how serious it was. Here's just some of the audio of Donald Trump showing war plans, again, to some random people. Then let's go back and talk a little more about Judge Cannon's order here for a second, and also what Donald Trump's requesting here. Play this clip.
These are bad, sick people.
That was your coup, against you.
It started right at the beginning.
Like when Millie's talking about, you were going to try to do a coup. No, they were trying to do that before you even were sworn in.
That's right.
Trying to overthrow your election.
Well, with Millie, let me see that. I'll show you an example. He said that I wanted to attack Iran. Isn't it amazing? I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look. This was him. They presented me this. This is off the record, but they presented me this. This was him. This was the Defense Department and him.
Wow.
We looked at him. This was him. This wasn't done by me. This was him. All sorts of stuff. It's pages long. Look. Wait a minute. Let's see here.
Yeah.
I just found, isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case,
Mm-hmm.
Except it is like highly confidential, secret. This is secret information. But look at this. You attack, and
Hillary would print that out all the time.
she'd send it, she'd send it to Anthony Weiner,
Yeah.
the pervert.
Please print.
By the way, isn't that incredible?
Yeah.
I was just saying, because we were talking about it, and he said he wanted to attack Iran and what? These are the papers. This was done by the military, given to me. I think we can probably, right?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, we'll have to try to
Declassify.
figure out
See, as president, I could have declassified
Yeah.
it. Now I can't, but this is
classified. Now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's so cool. I mean, it's so, here and I have, and you probably almost didn't believe me, but now you believe me.
No, I believe
It's
you.
incredible, right?
No,
Hey, bring some Cokes in, please.
Yeah, I mean, that's the type of conduct that Donald Trump was engaged in with these classified records. If you take a look at Judge Cannon's order, just so you can see it for yourself right here, here's what she states in the order. She says that she's order denying defendant's motion to dismiss the indictment for pleading deficiencies and granting in part the motion to strike. So she says this cause comes before the court under the federal rules of criminal procedure for dismissal. And in the alternative, defendant Trump seeks to strike various allegations. The court has reviewed the motion, the special counsel's opposition, and defendant's reply in support of the motion. The court also heard argument on the motion on May 22nd, 2024. Upon full review, defendant's motion is denied for this overall reason. The identified deficiencies, even if generating some arguable confusion, are either permitted by law, raise evidentiary challenges not appropriate for disposition at this juncture, and or do not require dismissal even if technically deficient, so long as the jury is instructed appropriately and presented with adequate verdict forms as to each defendant's alleged conduct. Defendant's alternative request to strike portions of the superseding indictment is denied in part and granted in part as to the improperly contained uncharged offense allegations included therein, and reserved in part as to potentially privileged information. So she's saying that evidence that goes to Donald Trump's criminal intent, she views as improperly uncharged offense allegations. Again, she's just making that up. And then one of the things you see her talking about too is she's saying, I'm not dismissing the indictment as you want me to, Donald Trump. However, we could address these issues with jury instructions. We could address these issues with verdict forms later. And so many people have predicted, as have I, that what she's trying to set up for is select a jury, allow for what's called jeopardy to attach once a jury is selected, and then give the jury unlawful jury instructions that are similar to the types of dismissal motions that Donald Trump wants to file, but do it once the jury is already impaneled. So if the case then gets dismissed, jeopardy attaches and then there can't be an appeal. Special counsel Jack Smith's well aware that she's trying to do that, and she's signaling that fairly clearly in her order. He will take the action at the appropriate time, and you may be saying, all right, enough already, Jack Smith, go to the 11th Circuit. I have no doubt that he's assessing if her granting the motion to strike provides any basis for interlocutory review. Doesn't seem like it's a final order that can be appealed, but I can assure you they're looking into that as we speak. Then also on the same day, yesterday on Monday, Donald Trump then filed a motion for extension for Rule 16 expert disclosures. So the deadline for the notice of who your experts were going to be, the deadline for that was yesterday. So on the date of the deadline to disclose your experts, Donald Trump requests an extension of the deadline to make the disclosure, not before. He waits literally until the day the disclosure is required. And then he says, oh, look, we've been working very diligently, but this past weekend, a potential expert who was under consideration notified us that he could not work on this case. We are in discussion with other potential experts, but given the need to confirm that witnesses are conflict-free and able to complete the engagement process, we have been unable to finalize our expert engagements by today's deadline. Well, this indictment was brought a very long time ago at this point. And as special counsel Jack Smith's team says, the government opposes any extension of the deadline of the defendant's expert notice. The court's original expert notice deadline was November 15th, 2023. And the defense has already received not one, but 2 adjournments of pre-trial deadlines. And this was moved over and over again to June 10th, 2024. So this disclosure should have been made November of 2023. Now on June 10th, the day of the deadline, Trump saying that over the weekend an expert backed out and they can't make the disclosure. That makes absolutely no sense. And so no, we are not consenting to this. This has been adjourned way too many times. He missed the deadline. Enough is enough. So that's happening as well. And I think everybody predicts that Judge Aileen Cannon is going to probably grant Trump the extension. But, he makes the request the day of the deadline, which is a very Trumpian thing to do. So anyway, that's where we're at today. We'll keep you posted as we get more information. Judge Cannon being Judge Cannon. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 3 million subscribers thanks to your support, and have a wonderful day.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Midas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.